Hello, my name is Jody Rupert, the CEO of OSI Physical Therapy. We are the largest member practice of therapy partners. We have 9 clinical locations in Minnesota and Wisconsin. I'd like to introduce you today to a close colleague of mine, Craig Johnson, who is running for a director board position at PPS. So maybe, Craig, you could tell us a little bit about why you're running. You're very busy these days, so can you give us some background on why now?
Sure. Yes, I am real busy, but I've always been actively involved in the association. I just completed 2 terms, that is, as the president of the Minnesota Physical Therapy Association. Currently, I'm involved in the Public Policy and Advocacy Committee of APTA and the Payment Committee for PPS. So I've really focused on payment, advocacy, policy throughout my activity with APTA. Therapy Partners is a very innovative company. We are a management service organization. We support 15 independent practices, and all these practices bill under one tax ID. So to the payers in our market, we appear as one large entity. So it really gives the practices strength of size in the market, yet each practice is able to maintain their own ownership. And so it's been a very innovative model in this area. We've been able to negotiate value-based contracts with third-party payers. And prior to coming to TPI, I invested in and had 2 different physical therapy practices, private practices. First one was 5 years after I graduated from physical therapy school.
Well, I can see you have a lot of experience. So tell me, why now?
Well, it's the right time for me to be involved in the PPS board. As we all know, there's a huge amount of change going on in healthcare, but I think this is a huge opportunity for private practice. And I want to be there to help us take advantage of these opportunities.
So what are you thinking about?
Well, to quote a insurance executive, he presented on one of our payer panels in Minnesota that we hosted, and he said, PT is in the sweet spot of where healthcare reform is going. But here's the problem. We are not in the best strategic position to deliver this value. I want PPS and APTA to put a major push on changing the clinical pathway so that we are better able to deliver value and increase access.
So one thing we see going on in our market is consolidation of hospital systems and physician groups, as well as vertical integration of insurers and payers. How can we in private practice survive in this market?
So you're right, Jody. Consolidation is going around really in every region of the country, not just here. The ACA encourages it, and the center of gravity right now, as I see it, is really, as far as delivery goes, is really in these health systems. Decisions are being made centrally and far away from where care is being delivered. That's not a good situation for the patient or the frontline provider. So we have to find ways to build relationships with these powerful decision makers. I really want to help private practitioners understand, develop, and equip them to bring forward a value proposition to these powerful decision makers, whether it's the ACOs or the insurer or even the medical home. Second, we have to have proof of concept. We have to demonstrate our value in real time. All members, to do this, have to collect data. If we don't have data, then we don't really have the ability to make our points about our value proposition.
So we are certainly in exciting times. There's a lot of changes coming our head that we really don't have a lot of control over. For example, like the CMS bundles and the proposed merit-based payment program, MIPS, and alternative payment models. So how do we innovate when there's a blueprint already in place?
Well, the easiest thing to do is to just comply. But I don't think right now innovation should take a back seat. I think where CMS is going with their MIPS and the APM programs is right in line with what we want to see as physical therapists. So we have to maybe expand their definitions and some of their terms and some of the metrics that they have planned for these 2 models, so that it fits physical therapy. It's really designed around the medical profession, but we have to expand that a little bit, and I think we can expand it so PT would be included in these models. PPS I see as a real innovator within the whole profession, and we have to foster that, and we have to support that voice even within our own ranks, even if we're uncomfortable. I want to draw from Alan Jetty in his Macmillan lecture in 2012. He talked about supporting the positive deviance, and we have to do that within PPS. I think that education within PPS is a strong component that we have to support. I think it's time to look at some new delivery models of that education, though. I would be honored to receive your vote and to serve on the PPS board. You can read my candidate statement in the Impact magazine. And if you're not going out to conference in October, you can use the absentee ballot voting system.